watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, reimagining holiday giving with Prairie Rivers Network. We'll learn more about choosing sustainable gifts and why it matters. Plus, an annual event that offers a holiday shopping experience to kids. We'll learn more about the St. John's Children's Christmas Bazaar set for this weekend. And later, part 2 of our series on ensuring a successful retirement. We'll have our financial moment with Heidi Hughescamp-Collins. It is Tuesday, December 3rd, and you're watching Quad Cities Live. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Morgan Otier. With a season of shopping upon us, you don't want to miss an opportunity to check out Entwined. It's a boutique in cozy Bishop Hill, Illinois, offering a wide range of items from clothing and accessories to home decor and even gifts for kids. Here to tell us more is owner Valerie Currier and Emily Ann Wexell, who is boutique general manager. Ladies, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're excited to highlight your business. You were just telling me, Valerie, that you've been open for 9 years now. So give us a little background on how Entwined got started.
Well, I am also a full-time pharmacist, so I wasn't
Wow.
really planning on starting a boutique, but my mom is a realtor, and she found a building that was reasonably priced, and
Yeah.
she was wanting to go halvesies on it and wanting to rent it out, and I was like, well, I could probably fill it because I have a passion for like clothes and home decor, and as you can see, we have quite the selection.
And 9 years later, I mean, that's really incredible. So congratulations on that, because it's definitely not easy being a small business owner. Bishop Hill, though, a beautiful spot for a boutique like this. So for anybody that's never visited Bishop Hill, kind of describe the community for us.
Well, Bishop Hill is like the most, well, it's just like a little like jewel that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere, basically. There's not very many residents, but it's a old Swedish historic town. And there's all sorts of festivals we have almost every weekend. All the buildings date back to like the 1850s.
Amazing. Yeah.
So it's just like very authentic, very beautiful, like a little slice of heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. Emily Ann, yeah, describe some of the products that we can typically find in the shop, because you guys really cover a lot of different avenues. I mean, Valerie kind of alluded to it, clothing and home decor, but you have a lot to offer.
Yeah, we pretty much have something for everybody. Our main thing that we sell is going to be like women's clothing, and we go from extra small to 3X, so it's kind of inclusive for everyone. We have a lot of home decor as well. Right now, it looks like Christmas kind of overtook the whole entire store, so lots of Christmas stuff.
Love it.
Everything just like everyday stuff, seasonal stuff. We're always changing the floor set. So.
Well, where you see here kind of on the right hand side of your screen, like these like velvet kind of, I don't know if people can tell, like these Christmas trees that you guys brought here. So talk about some of these home decor items, and Valerie, where you find them, how you source them, because they're super unique.
Well, we have all sorts of vendors. We do go to markets every now and then to like try to find our favorite things, but everyone knows that I'm a glutton for holidays, so I have like probably way too much. Well, we had way too much Halloween stuff, and now we probably have way too much Christmas stuff. But I am.
That's what we like to hear, though.
Obsessed.
You have a lot to offer. So we've got jingle bells here, different decor items. This is beautiful. And like kind of a snow globe thing going on here. So do you kind of do that often, like kind of move with the seasons or with the holidays and make sure that the shop is kind of stocked with those things?
Yeah, well, it's amazing every time I go into the store, it always looks different, because Emily Ann, she can't leave anything alone. It's always getting rearranged,
That's
reorganized, pulling things out, putting things away. So it always looks like a complete new store every time I pop in.
Yeah. That's really cool. And what is it like, Emily Ann, to kind of have a store where you do have like such a wide variety of things? Because as we mentioned, I mean, you even have kids items there.
For sure, yeah.
So, I mean, how do you kind of manage all of that?
It keeps it interesting, keeps me on my toes for sure, but it's fun. having a wide variety of stuff, it allows for a lot of different people to come in the store. So it's nice to meet all those people and show them what we have. And like I said, like moving all this stuff around, people, they see something new every time they come in. So it's kind of nice, refreshing.
Well, and you know what, as you mentioned, Valerie, Bishop Hill is kind of like a destination spot in that sense. It's like when people kind of want that small town, like really like Main Street type of vibe, they're going to go to Bishop Hill. So you must meet a lot of people from out of town. But the good thing is, if they fall in love with your shop, and you have online capabilities as well. You have a whole online store, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk about what we can find online. I went on the website earlier, so I already know, but it's really extensive. It's very easy to shop on it.
Yeah, we have, I think last time I checked it was like 70,000 items actually.
Wow.
So it's really hard to, so we have almost everything is online.
Yeah.
And it's really nice because when somebody buys something online, it'll automatically take it off our inventory, and so we know to like grab it, a receipt will print off, and so like it's linked to the in-store, so we don't have to have like 2 separate inventories.
Technology is wonderful, isn't it? One thing I did want to talk to you about, though, before we run out of time with you, is I love the way that you talk a little bit about having something for everyone. You are very inclusive, especially when it comes to your women's clothing and your sizing and just different styles and body types. Why is that something that has been very important to you over these 9 years?
Well, we all come in all shapes and sizes, you know, so I want to make sure that everyone finds something that like makes them feel good about themselves and makes them like look flattering. And I have changed a lot of sizes over the years too, since I have 3 kids. So it's nice to be able to always like walk in and be able to find something that will look good on me.
Yeah.
Whatever stage of life I'm in.
Yeah. No, but honestly, it's the mark of a really great boutique owner or business owner, I think. I mean, it says a lot about you that that's something that you're keeping in mind, because that feels very welcoming, I think, as a customer, to feel like you go somewhere and you are going to be welcomed, you are going to find things that you like. So that's great. Emily Ann, we just got done with Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, and well, you have an online site, so Cyber Monday as well. So how did everything go for you guys this past weekend?
It was chaotic, but it went smoothly. We had a lot of good sales. It was nice seeing everyone come in and support and shop small for the Small Business Saturday. Black Friday was insane, but it was so much fun.
Well, it's nice to see people shopping, you know, in person too,
sure,
at brick and mortar stores. Okay, so you guys have some really cool events coming up, and this is kind of, you have a sister business, kind of an adjacent, it's a cafe. So tell us a little bit about that and some of the events that people can take part in.
Well, I am a heavy caffeine drinker, so I needed my own supplier. So anyway, our original building, we had the boutique in the front and the cafe in the back. Well, now we ran out of room, so we have two buildings now. So the boutique's in one and the cafe's in the other.
Very nice.
But we offer drinks, coffee, food, ice cream, desserts. We're working on some more cocktails and things to add to our menu.
Okay.
And then part of the things we like to do is have events in the cafe. So we've been
I see, and we're
busy.
actually seeing a photo right now, kind of like a paint and sip type of situation, a floral arrangement. So actually both of those things are coming up this month as well. So you have Lucia Nights, which is big for Bishop Hill, on the 13th and the 14th, so a little over a week. Floral arrangement classes on the 14th, and you guys are doing a charcuterie and paint and sip evening as well.
Yes.
So how do people get involved in that? Do they have to register for it? How does that all work?
Yeah, they need to just shoot us a message or call during business hours to get on the list.
Okay.
But a lot of them you can just like pay when you arrive. Some of them though you have to pay ahead depending on what it is.
Okay. That's good to know. And then you have a brunch with Santa and the Grinch coming up just a few days before Christmas. Is this something that you've done in the past?
Yeah, we've done in the past. And in the past, you could say whether you prefer the Grinch or Santa.
Okay.
Because some of the kids are a little scared of the Grinch, but
and Santa, honestly.
Yeah, but we're just doing it together this time to make it a lot easier. But
yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so in Bishop Hill, Entwined is located on North Bishop Hill Street. We have the address right there on your screen. Store hours are Wednesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And again, you could always shop online at shopentwined.com. Valerie, Emily Ann, thank you so much for making the trip out to Quad Cities Live today and just showing off everything you have to offer. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. Congratulations on 9 years. Coming up on QCL, giving gifts for the holidays with sustainability in mind. Turns out you have a lot of great options. Prairie Rivers Network will join us with some of those ideas next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Shopping with sustainability in mind is crucial for environmental conservation. While that can seem tricky during the holiday season, it absolutely does not have to be. Nina Struess is with Prairie Rivers Network and joins us with ways to reimagine holiday giving. Nina, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so today we're talking about zero waste, but that doesn't have to mean zero Christmas magic.
Absolutely not.
There's a lot of options there.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays are really voicing how they're just kind of tired of having so much clutter and so much stuff. And so this is just a really great way to kind of challenge yourself a little bit more of how can you maybe look at what stuff is already out there.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think, a lot of families are going through that, especially as they are shopping, especially if you have little ones and you're looking around the living room or the playroom at the stuff you already have and you're going, how can I possibly shove more stuff into this space? And at the same time, you're always trying to make something meaningful and special. So what I like about, the ideas that you're talking about today is it kind of covers all that. So first, give the gift of a kit.
Yeah, and this is really easy. You could do a whole bunch of different ideas depending on the person that you're buying for. My little example here is kind of a zero waste kit. So somebody who maybe is already environmentally conscious or wants to be more, you can do some reusable stainless steel water bottles, coffee cups. We have reusable napkins, reusable containers, produce bags, putting it all in a nice little, those are straws. Yes. And then also putting it in a reusable tote bag. So everything is really something that can continue to be used by the person that you're giving it to. If they love gardening, you could do a garden kit. I mean, the options are really endless.
I love that. Yeah. So a DIY garden kit. I loved that idea when I was reading about it. How cute, and it's something to look forward to as well, as we are already looking forward to spring and summer. And the pollinator garden kit.
Yeah, so you could easily, if somebody really loves supporting the butterflies and the bees, wildflowers are really great to incorporate a packet of wildflowers or more, little soil discs, gardening gloves, a container if you want to. Again, just kind of really going with the theme with it.
I really like that a lot. Also, handmade and upcycled gifts. So this is a really kind of a thoughtful, when we talk about that meaningful gift or memorable gift, this is one of those.
Yeah, and I always love these types of gifts because I feel like they have a lot of intention behind them. Oftentimes they'll have a story. For instance, this one is handmade here, and that was handmade by my sister-in-law. It hangs in my office, and I love it so much.
Wow.
Yeah, upcycle, an example of upcycle, this is another, actually one of my favorites, is bookmarks that were made by my kiddo of just, flowers and leaves. These are actually, my son's not watching this today because this is part of his Christmas gift. But you were talking about other things that aren't clutter. He's 7. He loves collecting and displaying things. So I'm going to paint this, put Legos on it, make it really fun to hang in his room. And then this one's going to be, I'm going to redo it, and we're going to put pictures of the cats. He's really into cats right now, and we have we have cats at home, and so we're going to put pictures of him with them in there. And so again, it's just both things that I found you can find at secondhand stores, vintage stores, Goodwill, etc. Just kind of thinking a little bit outside of the box.
Yes, those are fabulous ideas, and yes, any kiddo would love that. They love displaying their art. They love the photos of them. Oh my gosh. So another one, non-physical presents.
Yeah, so these can be different types of things. Subscriptions are a really great one. My mom always gets us and the cousins magazine subscriptions, and then when we're done with those magazines, we put them in the little libraries around town. So it's a really nice thing that keeps on giving. You can do subscriptions for and other types of streaming services, but also giving the gift of experiences is another great option too.
Absolutely. We had the Figge Art Museum on recently, and they were doing a really cool promotion where you could purchase a museum pass and then get one completely free for another person.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right? And so those are the things that I think about. Yes, you're spending money, but at the same time, you're giving that gift of experience, and that is 365 days a year of experience for somebody else. So very, very cool. And we talk about experiences, so I really like this one as well because we focus a lot on the kiddos. Classes and workshops.
Yes, I actually just saw one yesterday. Blue Spruce Bakery in Davenport is doing
sourdough.
Yes, they're doing sourdough making classes in January, and they're all ready to have it as a gift. And so there are tons of different types of classes. classes, pottery making classes with local places here.
Yeah.
You know, and so giving that gift of an experience, but also skill set, using you know, different parts of your brain depending on what, you know, really excites the person that you're giving for, is a really nice way to still give a gift without it being something that's cluttering the home.
I love that, and I do feel like we have a lot of folks around here, whether they're businesses or just people themselves, that do a lot of that. They can teach you how to do a charcuterie board. They can teach you how to arrange flowers, sourdough, like we were just talking about. We have so many opportunities in the area that when those things pop up as events on Facebook and you go, oh, so-and-so would love that, well, go ahead and, you know, sign them up or at least do a gift card for a future class. I love those ideas. And, you know, everything that we talked about here today, it's about sustainability and it's about eliminating waste. And you will find in your home that things are less cluttered and I think more meaningful.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
way. Well, that's very cool. Thank you, Nina, so much for all these great ideas. If you want to donate to Prairie Rivers Network, they're doing all kinds of amazing things when it comes to the environment and sustainability. If you want to get involved, lots of stuff on the calendar for them. Just visit them on the web at prairierivers.org. As always, fabulous ideas. Nina, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Up next on QCL, showing kids the joy of giving during the holiday season. We're going to learn more about an opportunity this weekend allowing kids to shop for their loved ones. That's next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Receiving a gift during the holidays is a wonderful thing, but it is oftentimes much more gratifying to be the gift giver. And an event this weekend will allow children to experience that same joy. Joining us from St. John's United Methodist Church in Davenport is Senior Pastor Jeff Dadisman and Megan Keller. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, Pastor, the St. John's Children's Christmas Bazaar is coming up this weekend. Talk a little bit about the idea behind this event.
It began about 17 years ago.
Wow.
And it's been going every year, except for a couple misses. But the idea is to make some affordable gifts available to kids that they can come and the way it typically happens is a child will say how many gifts do they need, who are the recipients that they want to give to.
Yeah.
And then there's things available that they can select.
Yeah, Megan, I was going to ask a little bit about the process. So is this available to anybody to show up? Any family can participate in this? Yes. So as soon as a kiddo arrives, what happens after that?
So they'll go into a room, and it's our Wesley room is what it's called, so if that's what's referenced.
Yeah.
They'll go into the room, they'll fill out a form with all the names that they'd like to shop for. Their adult will give them an amount that they are anticipating to spend.
Sure.
And then an elf will connect with them and go up to our fellowship hall, and then they'll have the shopping experience. And then everything is gift wrapped while the adult is downstairs enjoying coffee and cookies and
Yeah, I was going to say there's some
things.
fellowship there available for the adults as well while kids are getting this experience. So Jeff, talk a little bit about the response that you've had over these last 17 years from families, because what struck me is that I think oftentimes we don't really learn until we are growing older, until we're adults, what a joy it is to give to someone else. And I don't think it's a thing that kids necessarily experience all that often.
So they have a chance to do it themselves. So I've been often tasked with being an elf.
Okay.
So
That sounds fun.
I get a student with a clipboard and kind of talk to them as we go up the stairs, and when we come into the area that's set up, you know, there's like 20 different tables.
Oh, wow.
And so mom is on the list. That's a safe place to start. And so we go to a table with mom gifts.
Mom stuff.
And, you know, and so it's like, well, what would you like? You know, and out of the 20 choices, they try to pick one. And then you write it down and you kind of check it off.
That is so sweet.
You know, and it's the dog. So there's a table with doggy treats. And so that's been kind of fun to just feel the thinking process of they're trying to sort out. There's so many choices, and whatever they get, then it's all wrapped up and it's a secret. When we reconnect with parents or grandparents downstairs, And so they've had this time, and I think some of it is for us. You get to feel just the moment of, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, and oh, I forgot. I have another brother. Yeah. You know, okay, and so we add them to the list, and or can I get something for a friend or a teacher? You know, and the teacher will make the list.
Yes.
And so it is kind of entertaining a little bit for us as we help them, just to kind of see what's going on in their world.
Oh, I love it. That is,
and it's pretty affordable.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a $20 bill attached to the clipboard, and you know, you don't tend to even spend all that.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, it teaches them a whole lot. It teaches, you know, it teaches them to kind of start thinking about others and the personalities too.
But they put themselves on the list.
Do they?
Too.
Do they?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So the challenge is, let's do you last.
I love that. Okay, so you brought some items with you here today. So are these some of the items that kids will be picking from?
Yes.
On Saturday? Wow, that's wonderful.
So these are the gift baskets that then adults will have a chance to be able to do as like a silent auction.
Okay.
But the other items will be upstairs at all the different tables. This would be at the kids' table.
Okay.
Maybe the towel would be at mom's table or women's table.
Yeah.
The flannel pants at men's table, and
That's great.
It's a dad gift.
Oh,
dad
yeah,
gifts. So,
the
so they get
razor.
to. We have it all sorted out, so they get to shop in the appropriate areas and pick from that. Oftentimes, if you give a child a choice, oh, let's go shopping for mom or grandma, they'll run straight to the stuffed animals and want to get them a stuffed animal.
Sparkly bear.
Exactly.
I think that's so cute, though.
Yes.
And going back to the silent auction baskets, which are kind of in the middle of the table right here. So when the adults are kind of waiting for the kids to do their Christmas shopping, they're downstairs having cookies and coffee and potentially bidding on these silent auction items. So can you talk a little bit about where proceeds go? Because this is also a fundraiser in a sense.
Yes, so actually all of the funds go towards missional projects around the community for women and children, whether that be buying diapers for a family in need, putting together purse outreach kits to give out to our street ministry team, different things that would help with needs around the community.
That's wonderful, yeah. And before we run out of time, so the items that kids are picking out and purchasing for their loved ones, friends, family, where did those items come from? And are you ever in need of donations for that? Or can people purchase new items to donate and things? How does that work?
For the most part, our congregation collects all year round for different items, and we really start collecting in August and putting together different items in different spaces. So our congregation takes care of that, but we do take a lot of the donations
so they're
as well.
donated.
Yeah.
Or we may purchase. I mean, if there's a table that's a little light,
Sure.
I mean, some categories you want to make sure and have a good start.
Right. Wow, what a special thing. That's very cool. Well, this is the Children's Christmas Bazaar. It is this Saturday, December 7th from 9 a.m. to noon. It's happening at St. John's United Methodist Church, located on East 14th Street in Davenport. Pastor Jeff and Megan, thank you so much for coming on the show and just talking about this for the community. What a special thing that you guys put together. Thank you so much. Well, much more to come on QCL, including a closer look at a longtime law firm based right here in the QCA. We'll learn more about the team at Vandergins Law and the passion behind their mission. Plus, our financial moment with Heidi. Today we are tackling the second part of our series on successfully preparing your finances for retirement. But first, temperatures are warming up just a little bit before it gets frigid cold once again. Teresa Bryant has more in your full forecast after the break.
And now your first alert forecast with Teresa Bryant.
Cool weather continues through the rest of this afternoon and into this evening. But if you're ready for a brief warm-up, you'll get it on Wednesday. But there's an emphasis on the word brief, as it's not going to last very long for our area, mainly during the morning hours before temperatures drop into the afternoon. Right now in the Quad Cities, we've got some sunshine overhead, a reading of 28 degrees. Temperatures ranging from 26 in Dubuque and Galena, 27 in the Rock Falls area and Davenport, up to 30 degrees in Muscatine and Washington, a temperature of 27 in Galesburg and 32 in Keokuk. Winds are still moving out of the south now at about 10 to 15 miles per hour and still creating a little bit of a wind chill, with many locations feeling like they're in the teens this afternoon. Now, as we take a look at our clouds and radar, we are seeing a few scattered clouds out there, but for the most part, sunshine the rule, and that's going to continue for at least another hour or so. After that, looking for clear skies as we head through the evening hours and into the overnight, and a few passing clouds expected as we move into early Wednesday morning, all ahead of a frontal system that will be sweeping through our area. Not only that, we will see some gusty winds and also a little bit of light snow flurry or snow shower activity taking place through the afternoon and into the evening hours. And those winds really expected to pick up during the day on Wednesday, where we could see gusts of up to 40+ miles per hour in some locations. So something to be aware of. There's already a wind advisory posted to our west. Not yet in our viewing area, but we'll be watching for any changes. Lows dropping down to 25 degrees under mostly clear skies. Highs back in the 30s for the morning hours. 35 in Stockton, 38 in DeWitt, a temperature of 39 in Muscatine, 40 degrees in Galesburg, and the Quad Cities looking for a reading of 39 degrees. Partly sunny, blustery, a few flurries possible. And our temperatures over the next several days, yeah, they're dropping back down into the 20s for our area on Thursday, 30s for Friday. But look at this nice warm up for the weekend. Temperatures reaching into the 40s for both Saturday and Sunday, and could even see a few sprinkles of rain by Sunday and into early Monday.
Yeah, Teresa, I feel like those days that are going to be mid 40s, upper 40s, that feels like a heat wave after you've spent a couple days. I'll say, yeah,
absolutely. And, you know, we're going to have those yo-yo temperatures at least for a little while before they drop back down later on next week.
Well, it is December after all. All right, Teresa, thank you. Coming up next on QCL, our series, QC That's Where, we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the passion behind a local law firm that's been located in the Quad Cities for years.
QC, that's where we work best when we're together. QC, that's where is brought to you by a partnership with the Quad Cities Chamber and Visit Quad Cities.
QC, that's where. It's where you can find help when you've been hurt on the job or due to some type of negligence. These injuries can sometimes be life-altering. That's where Vandergins Law comes in. The personal injury law firm is located right here in the QC and works to show its commitment to the community both inside and outside the courtroom.
Vandergins Law is a law firm that focuses on helping people with injury claims. So that could be work comp claims, meaning someone was injured on the job, or it could be any number of claims where there's negligence involved or the wrongdoing of somebody else, car accidents, dog bite cases, product liability cases, medical malpractice, things like that. And it's our job to try to get as much compensation for our clients as we can and to take the chaos out of their lives. We will handle the mess while our clients try to get better. In today's environment, a lot of people have this sense that I call claim shame. And what I mean by that is there have been a lot of media efforts by insurance companies and big business interests to make people feel bad about pursuing their own rights. They didn't ask for whatever accident caused their injury. They shouldn't be responsible for bearing the burden. And that burden can be enormous. It could include, you know, thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills. It could be lost wages or future earnings that are impaired, scarring, disfigurement, Some people are disabled by the injuries. Families are disrupted. They're torn apart sometimes. Maybe the primary breadwinner can no longer work. So we are the intermediary. We are the advocate. We are the ones who are there to champion your cause. And that's what our role is. We work on a contingent fee basis, meaning that if there's no recovery, then there is no fee for our services. There are other firms that do something similar. However, one thing that we do that is very distinct is not only do we not charge a fee if we're not successful, we do not ask for a retainer for the costs that are going to be spent. For that reason, I think we have developed a good reputation both locally and nationally. And in fact, our mantra is that we are nationally respected and locally connected. You know, there's a joke that goes around saying, you know, a good lawyer knows the law, a great lawyer knows the judges. Well, we know the judges because we're in front of them. We know the defense attorneys. We know the local treatment providers. We even know the insurance adjusters and the representatives of insurance carriers and corporate entities that we go to war with all day long. We have the medical providers themselves who refer us their injury cases. I think that's an incredible testament to what we do and how we do it. There are some law firms that focus their practice on injury law, but they may occasionally represent an injured person, but most of the time they represent the insurance company. Well, we feel like that's trying to answer to two masters, and that's why we simply don't handle cases for insurance companies or big business interests. We only represent the injured party. Locally, one of the things that we're proud of is that we've been selected best law firm for the last 5 years in a row. We received the Better Business Bureau's Torch Award for Ethics. And as I understand it, we are the first and maybe the only law firm to have ever received that award in this region. In addition, there are a number of other awards and recognitions that we've garnered over the years that have been given by our peers. But again, I don't like to get caught up in the awards because the most important thing is what the clients think. And if they are happy with our efforts and our service, that means way more to me than any number of awards we might have received. I'm happy to have our corporate headquarters in the Quad Cities area. This, first of all, I'm from the area and I love the people in this area, and we have had a history of giving back to the community in this area because of that love and appreciation. A fan of the holidays, and we've been a supporter of the Festival of Trees and the Festival of Trees Parade for many years. So this year, instead of hauling a helium balloon as we have in years past, we decided that we were going to do our own float. We've had some incredible campaigns over the years. The one that I'm probably the most proud of is a campaign that we call Hard-Headed Kids. We've given over 50,000 bicycle helmets to kids in the communities that we serve over the years. Sometime after one of our first events, a mother came to me with the bike helmet that we had given her son, and it had a huge gash in the helmet. And I thought, oh no, what happened? And she came and she cried and thanked us because her son would have been dead had it not been for that bike helmet. And that was enough reason, if we, to know that we saved one child, that was all I needed to keep doing that. And we've done that every year, multiple times a year at different events, and we will continue to do that. We're so grateful when people choose us to help them with things that have really put their lives into turmoil. We know how frustrating, how confusing accident claims can be. And for someone to make a decision to hire us, we know that takes a certain amount of trust. That's why we say that we are honored to help.
And to learn more about Vandergans Law and how the team can help out, visit them on the web at vlaw.com or call the number at the bottom of your screen. Coming up on QCL, our financial moment with our QCL financial contributor, Heidi Hughescamp Collins. We're talking more about preparing your finances for retirement next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
It is time now for our financial moment with Heidi, and today's segment is all about setting you up for financial success in retirement. Joining me as always is our financial contributor, Heidi Hughescamp Collins. Heidi, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes, thank you for being here. And we're going to go over the second half of a two-part series on really getting our finances in order before retirement, which is, there's a lot there. There's a lot to go over, and we want to revisit a little bit of part one from just a couple of weeks ago. So one of the first points on the list is making sure that you have at least $10,000, if not $10,000 to $20,000 in a savings account.
Right, especially a high yield savings account that's going to get you 4% or so.
Okay,
that you have easy access to.
Okay, so that is a big one, and obviously somebody could seek advice from somebody like you if they're looking for that specific account, what they want to go with. The next is build a CD ladder.
Right, and we talked about that. A CD ladder is to get CDs, certificates of deposit, from a bank or credit union of varying lengths, like a 3-month, a 6-month, a 12-month, 18.
That's right.
2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you have a pot of money. You put one in, all these different maturity lengths, and then
they stagger
They stagger, so you always have money coming in, and when one matures, then you get another CD within, if a 3-month matures, you get another 3-month CD.
Yeah.
So you always have money coming in.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then pay off any debt before you retire. So 40% of retirees, they have a mortgage at this point, and it'd be great if you didn't before you retire.
Exactly, because that housing is the biggest expense for retirees.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that takes us to part two of our pre-retirement checkup. And the first point on the list is having some tough conversations with your kids or maybe your grandkids about what help looks like. So what does this one mean?
This is a really tough one for everyone to talk about.
Okay.
So I'm really hesitant, but it has to be said.
Sure.
I have so many sad stories. I have a lot of clients, and I would say, actually, you will die if you hear this, but I would say out of all my clients, 70–80% give money to kids or grandkids regularly.
Yes.
Which is a huge percentage.
Yeah.
I have people who have depleted their entire savings to help out adult children.
Yep.
And the worst thing that could happen, think about it. I mean, now, first of all, Morgan, I have kids and grandkids.
Right.
I love them to the moon and back.
Absolutely.
Yes, I want what's best for them. We want the best things for those we love.
Yeah.
But if I deplete all my resources, and then later I need help,
right?
I don't want to be a burden on my children.
Yeah.
And that could so easily happen.
Absolutely.
If your children or grandchildren have a legitimate need for money, they can go to a bank or credit union and get a loan.
Right.
With retirees, it's not that easy. If you don't have a regular paycheck coming in, no bank or credit union is going to, allow you to take out a loan for living expenses. It's just not going to happen. You can't borrow for living expenses.
Right. No, that's a great point. And I think if you have the conversation up front before the actual time, it is happening where somebody's asking for something, I think you can kind of alleviate that. And making sure that your investing strategy is still a good fit. That's the second point.
Right. So this is we're embarking on a brand new chapter, when we retire. And big changes all around. So it could be that your investment strategy needs to change too.
Yeah.
A lot of people when they're younger are more aggressive in their investing and invest more with stocks, especially, more aggressive stocks, growth stocks. But as we age, it might be more important to start dialing back risk a little bit, introducing more CDs, more savings, other cash accounts, some bonds maybe.
Sure.
You know, and really high quality stocks that are not going to grow as much, but are going to be the steady eddies, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that really does take us to the final point in our two-part series. Consider meeting with a financial advisor to develop a personalized plan. I think between what we talked about a couple of weeks ago when it comes to trying to navigate the CD ladder, when it comes to your investment strategy, I mean, there are people that can help, and they are financial advisors like yourself.
Right. You know, a personalized financial plan, you go to a financial planner, and usually for a fee, they can tell you how realistic your retirement goals really are.
Okay.
They'll use really high-tech financial planning software, input your assets and your retirement income with your goals, if that's an RV or a second home or more travel or you know, whatever the case may be, and help you see where you are, you know, and kind of map out for you and help you to see whether those things are realistic.
Absolutely, yeah. Leave it to the professionals. And if you want to learn more about the variety of services that Heidi can offer, just visit her website, hhcinvestments.net, and you can see all of our segments together with Heidi by visiting kwqc.com and clicking the tab for Quad Cities Live. Heidi, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for watching. Your local news at 4 is up next.